Good afternoon, Chris from the Headache and Pain Management Centre here, and today is a question that we get all the time, and it talks about posture, and it talks about what happens when you are at the desk at the computer and get a sore neck. And I thought I'd dispel a few myths today and give you the answers and solutions as to how to get your neck getting better at the desk. If you're there, type in below and say hello, tag, like, share and comment as we go through, and I'm more than happy to answer your questions. So one of the questions that we commonly get asked here, being sort of close to the city, so we're in within a couple of k's of the city, talking about the desk setup for the computer. So when people are sitting at the computer, they're finding that sort of after lunchtime, which is why I'm doing the video now, and towards the end of the afternoon, people are finding that they're getting really sore sort of through their neck, their shoulders, up into the back of the neck, and wanting to know the solutions and what they can do to help out. Now, about 10-20 years ago, there was a really big movement through the industry, the physio industry and also the office industry, talking about desk setup, talking about posture, talking about the correct height of computer screens and correct height of chairs and all these sorts of things. If you're there, type in, say hello. I can see there's a few there watching. Basically what we've now been shown, and this was a big paper that was done around about 12 months ago, regarding all of these certain research into the ergonomics and all these sorts of things, big study. And it's shown that now there's actually no relationship, very strong anyway, regarding the chair, the desk setup, whereabouts the computer is in relation to your eyes. Obviously always good to have it, relatively even and these sorts of things, but it hasn't actually had a really strong relationship with pain in the neck and when it actually comes on. So there's a couple of things to note now about the new research that has been done in this field regarding posture and also the way that your desk has been set up. So number one is about your posture. So talking about posture, there's now been a link, they're always doing research about the links between posture and pain. And what they've now been shown, really interestingly, is not exactly the posture which is the biggest cause of pain. Now this might sound really different to what a lot of people might think, that posture and pain aren't related. It's actually the ability to get out of one posture and get back to the other posture in an efficient and safe way. So basically what that means is that you can often see people that are sitting at the desk with really awful posture, like this or something like that, where the problems, obviously looks really nasty with the neck, but it doesn't mean necessarily that you are going to get pain or headaches from that. Basically what it means is that you're at risk of it, but it doesn't mean on its own that you can get pain from that. What the research is now showing is that it's the ability to get yourself out of that posture and do it regularly that is the driver to get pain or not. So if you can actually move out of that position and do it regularly, and you can actually move out of a position that your brain thinks is unsafe or it's perceived as unsafe, then basically what that means is we can, the neck pain will be better. G'day Ben, nice to see you there, buddy. Thanks for joining in. So if your posture is being blamed for your neck pain and your headache, it doesn't necessarily mean that that is the case. It's actually the ability to move your neck through that range and do it really nicely, which is the thing that can actually drive that. So even if you are sitting, with a posture, or you are sort of talk that you've got a bit of a chin forward posture and things like that, on its own the posture isn't the problem. It's actually a lack of movement going back in the other direction which is the problem. So when you're looking to correct your posture, things like that, actually firstly getting the movement in the opposite direction is the first thing that you need to actually get set up, because on its own, if you can't actually draw the movement back, then there's no point actually correcting the posture in the first place. So getting that movement into that direction is the first thing that you probably should start handling. The second thing, which is really to really show that's important with regards to these sorts of things, is a really big study that was done, I think it was over in Europe a number of years ago, I think it was last year, talking about the relationship between desks and pain. And what they've actually shown is that it's got nothing to do with the desk setup, like the relationship between pain and all of these different things. They looked at desk setup, looked at computers, looked at all of these different metrics between thousands upon thousands of people to see if there's a link between anything. And what they showed was the biggest thing that was relationship between pain and which metric. The metric was actually a lack of strength in the muscles of the neck, okay? So strength in the muscles of the neck and also down through the shoulders and between the shoulder blades. So what they were showing is that it's not actually anything to do with the desk itself, but rather the user, if you like, so the person themselves. So, which makes a lot of sense, because if you're not very strong through your muscles, or not as strong as you need to be able to sit in a position for quite a long time, then basically those muscles are going to get tired, okay? And as they get more and more fatigued throughout the day, what happens is that your muscles need to work harder and harder and harder to hold your head up, okay? To get up tall and to actually get out of those positions that I was talking about before. So if you're sort of in a position like this, which, in a forward head posture as we call it, that on its own isn't the bad thing. But if you haven't got the muscles to then actually get yourself upright or have a base of strength there to be able to do that, that's actually the biggest problem. So if you're not very strong, or not as strong as you need to be through your neck, then that's a problem, okay? So you need to have those muscles in the bottom part of your neck and across the tops of your shoulders between your shoulder blades as the thing that you need to target. So doing a lot of manual therapy will help and actually get things moving on their own. So as I said, that's the first thing, is actually getting some movement. But to get those long-term results that we're looking to get, so that you're not having to come back every week for the rest of your days, actually getting strength in through those muscles of your neck to get that right. And we can teach some really specific and really easy exercises to get that right. And we've seen some amazing results over the last few months with some patients that have been getting recurring headaches, some recurring neck pain, specifically in the afternoon when they're at work, when they're doing their activities at the desk, sitting at the computer for a long time and getting that really sore neck towards the end of the day. And particularly those people that find that Thursday and Friday afternoons are really, really nasty because they've been sitting at the desk all week. They're starting to get their neck pain, getting headaches, getting their migraines towards the end of the week. So that's the two things. The first thing is to get the joints moving in the first place, to get out of the posture staying still, because your brain and your muscles really like to move, your joints like to move. So having the ability to move is the first thing. And the second thing is actually to be able to get those joints moving with some strong muscles, okay? Because if you've got strong muscles, it means it's got the endurance and the strength to be able to hold that position of your neck for a long period of time. So I hope that helps, okay? Now, if you want some more information about these sorts of exercises and what might be able to help at the desk, type in below neck desk, okay? Neck desk. Type it in underneath below, and what we can do is make contact with you and show you how we might be able to help getting your neck muscles getting going, and also how we can get those joints moving so that sitting at the desk doesn't need to be such a burden, so you don't get your neck pain and get your headaches. Because rather than spending thousands upon thousands of dollars on a new desk or on a new screen, or getting an occupational therapist or something in to check out your desk setup, it's probably best to actually take control of it yourself and actually get those muscles strong around your neck in the first place, because that can be a much cheaper, easier and less stressful way of actually solving the problem of neck pain and headaches when it comes to sitting at the computer. Hey, it's been great talking to you again today for your Tuesday. As I said before, type in neck desk below and I will contact you with some information personally to see how things can all be helped out from there. Hope that's helped out, and I'll be away for a couple of days and then back online on Friday to do another video on something interesting. If you'd like to know anything at all about the headaches, neck pain, chronic pain, type in below and we can do another video about the topic of your choice. It's been great joining you once again, and I will join you again soon. Thanks very much. Bye for now.